Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And John Stenke, the CEO of AT&T, will also chat with the analysts at UBS Global Media and Communications Conference. Now, I will say this. AT&T is the hardest company to really figure out as it comes to wireless and how they're going to approach that moving forward. Verizon currently has also been invested in the fiber aspect, but the majority of that build is done, right? The Verizon One fiber, they keep saying it, majority of that build is done. Now Verizon moves back to a somewhat of a pure wireless play. They still, in the Northeast, they still got Fios, but they only expand that incrementally. They don't expand that, beyond what it is today. They only add more addresses to sell within the same footprint. So that doesn't take up too much capital. When you look at AT&T, it's completely different now. They are really heavily invested and focused on this fiber. They're even talking about it bringing in more of a $1 spent on fiber versus wireless. The fiber dollar brings you a better return on investment. So that's why I'm saying it's hard to figure out. Like, you guys may ask, okay, where does that leave AT&T's wireless network? Are they going to get aggressive? Are they going to ramp up? What about the densification, right? Those are all questions that I would have for AT&T as well, and that I don't know the answer to. Are they going to sprinkle in some new sites and some C-RAN? Yes, because we've already seen that. But it's not their main focus. They are not a pure wireless company. They're a communications company. And as I've stated in previous videos, the percentages are about to flip. Fiber is about to get more of the capex than wireless. And for some people, that might be a negative. For some people, that might be a positive. The positive, looking at it from from the wireless aspect, this means, majority of sites should get 10 gig circuits. And AT&T is investing into making that happen. If there are sites out there that are within the ILEC footprint, which is like 75% of AT&T's grid, that should all be going to 10 gig plus some in the future whenever that technology becomes available. That's one way to look at it. So you don't have to guess as to what's going to happen with AT&T's backhaul situation. Even, I'm told, even in third-party fiber territory, they're going big. They're going 10 gig circuits. So that's a positive, and they can do that because they own 75% of their own fiber, so the OpEx doesn't really get hit too much as they go to the third parties. As an example, T-Mobile is 100% third party when it comes to fiber. They lease. So that's a bit more difficult, right? The members earlier in the year got an update as to how many total sites have 10 gig circuits. And it's for T-Mobile, and it's not even, 30% of the towers. So they have, right, they're putting in some requests to get 10 gigs. So more of that will come, but it takes longer through a third party. The third party might say, look, this year we're booked up. We can't get that going until 2024. It's very possible, even though the request was put in the middle of 2023. Because T-Mobile has no leverage there. They can strike all the deals. They can get the better deal. But once that deal is struck, and then they're on the company's timeline. They have no leverage at that point. They can't say, oh, we're just going to do our own fiber, because they don't do it. So that's the troubles that T-Mobile is facing. AT&T, across large part of the network, they won't have that issue. And they are investing. And of course, a lot of that investment is going to be fiber to the home. They truly believe in that. They're going to do home internet air, but nowhere near the scale of fiber. So there shouldn't be a day where we see home internet air outgrowing fiber. Fiber's been growing at about a 300,000 per quarter pace. That's where AT&T feels comfortable. If they can get more homes passed, they will probably accelerate that number. But home internet air should only be complementary or supplementary to what AT&T's overall mission is. It should not become the main product for AT&T. So again, I'm hoping to get updates from John Stankey. I'm hoping they ask some good questions, because for me, for right now, it's really hard to pick apart AT&T because they're so focused on fiber. And there's really no telling internally, looking at like a 3-year, 4-year, 5-year planning period, which most carriers do, there's no telling how focused they really are on fiber. Wireless still needs a lot of work. It needs a lot of investment. And if the fiber percentages are going the way they're going, they might potentially be spending less on wireless than even T-Mobile. So that's just something to look at. And even though T-Mobile's spending $9 to $10 billion, T-Mobile's getting a lot done, right? So where does that really put AT&T? Are they still going to get a lot done with maybe, $7 to $8 billion for wireless, with with the small cells, with the macros? They need to tighten that grid, especially now that C-band and DoD is really starting to gain that scale. They really need to tighten that grid. And that's not a position that AT&T was in. Verizon was already dense enough because the AWS bill, they didn't have a lot of spectrum to go with, so they had to tighten that grid. AT&T really never really went on that journey. All that got turned down. I remember seeing permits, and I'm even checking it now, backlogging 2014, 2015. AT&T wanted to add a lot of macros in my market, but that all it was closed, expired. Some of them said that they're not going to do them anymore. It all got shut down because of the need to wanted to buy media. That's why all that wireless stuff got shut down. So hopefully we get some good updates. I'll be tuned in to this one. And then this one will be before Mike Sievert, so there's going to be a back-to-back. And then I think Verizon is also presenting at UBS. So make sure you guys stay tuned, like, share, subscribe. See y'all in the next one. Peace.